You will never be a real woman. You have no womb, you have no ovaries, you have no eggs. You're a homosexual man twisted by drugs and surgery into a crude mockery of nature's perfection. All the validation you get is two-faced and half-hearted. Behind your back, people mock you. Your parents are disgusted and ashamed of you. Your friends laugh at your ghoulish appearance behind closed doors. Men are utterly repulsed by you. Thousands of years of evolution have allowed men to sniff out frauds with incredible efficiency. Even trannies who pass look uncanny and unnatural to a man. Your bone structure is a dead giveaway. And even if you manage to get a drunk guy home with you, he'll turn tail and bolt the second he gets a whiff of your diseased, infected axe wound. You will never be happy. You wrench out a fake smile every single morning and tell yourself it's going to be okay. But deep inside you feel the depression creeping up like a weed, ready to crush you under the unbearable weight. Eventually it'll be too much to bear. You'll buy a rope, tie a noose, put it around your neck and plunge into the cold abyss. Your parents will find you, heartbroken but relieved that they no longer have to live with the unbearable shame and disappointment. They'll bury you with a headstone marked with your birth name, and every passerby for the rest of eternity will know a man is buried there. Your body will decay and go back to the dust, and all that will remain of your legacy is a skeleton that is unmistakably male. This is your fate. This is what you chose. There's no turning back.
Jesus Christ. The fuck you got me into? I'm just going to go room myself in the stream, so yes. So, I'm assuming that's some sort of deep fake.
Yeah, yes.
The best part about it,
I'm like, when was this from?
If this was 30 years ago, that would be totally legit. That would be what he's saying, you know?
Yeah. He's a little too gray for that, I think.
Yeah.
This is a little too body doubly for a 30-year ago Biden.
The
speech was a
the
little too
dead
clear.
giveaway to me was the fact that he didn't mumble, stutter, stumble through it, say the wrong word. It was fully coherent, plowed straight through. And maybe Joe Biden is actually like super transphobic, and that's the only thing that he can coherently put together.
Or maybe that's just the real Joe Biden, and you know he can actually do all these things. They just keep him underground somewhere, and you know all the body doubles are the ones that are senile.
So, upon seeing that, I then went back and watched the Damar Hamlin, clips, or him giving him making his appearance and giving his little talks or whatever. I was like, you know what? At first I thought, these seem very heavily edited, but maybe he's actually alive. And then I watched this and watched the facial mannerisms and everything for this deep fake. And then I went back. And if you watch the Damar Hamlin videos, they are very heavily edited, and his eyes move in the same pattern. Like he'll blink twice and look down, and then his eyebrows will come up. Like it's the same facial patterns repeated over and over again. Like I understand people have certain mannerisms and stuff, but it's too well timed,
Too calculated.
Yeah, too in sync. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I don't know, man.
Randomization is where the computers have trouble.
That's right.
I'm gonna take issue with the term Sunshine State, and just the reason is because even in this instance, I don't know if that means Florida or California, because I've heard California call themselves a Sunshine State, and I was like, no, motherfucker, it's supposed to be Florida. I mean, I don't give a fuck about state whatevers, but I remember the first time here in California, I was like, no, we're supposed to be the Sunshine State.
Dag coming out as a status where Florida is concerned. Florida nationalism.
I only care about state birds and state songs and state slogans.
Mammals.
That's it.
You gotta rock that manatee world. I mean,
what's Georgia's slogan? They're the what state?
I don't know.
I can't think of anything.
No, the brown thrasher is the bird, but I don't know. The peach state, I think. But peanuts is we produce more peanuts than peaches.
And Vidalias. Don't forget about Vidalias.
Oh yeah, don't get me on that.
Not like my crappy Gran X33 I have to grow.
Yeah. Well, it's all about soil, right? That's all it is. The soil has like a low sulfur content in it, so it doesn't develop all the acidness, the salt, and
At
so
least
they're
y'all
sweeter.
states actually have like real things. I live in the Hoosier state. What the fuck is a Hoosier?
Oh fuck, dude!
Lot
I
lizard.
should. I just read this in Albion Seed, in Mark's book, and they talked about that, and I can't for the life of me remember what the fucking definition of Hoosier was. I think it was. I remember in Outlaw Josie Wales, it was like I think she uses like this old lady uses like a derogatory term. Well, you don't care much for Hoosiers neither.
I don't think many people do, but
Why would you?
is it some garden implement like it goes on the end of a hose?
I don't know.
Hoosier.
That's my guess. It's a garden implement that goes on the end of a hose to spread the water and disperse it more evenly. Maybe on a giant watering combine thing.
They didn't have hoses back then.
Everybody's got hoses.
Hose? Oh fuck! I assume he's looking up what Hoosiers are.
I think so
This
too.
is not
but
helpful at all. This is no help whatsoever. The Wikipedia page is just basically it's a person from Indiana. The
well.
etymology of it was like a customary greeting or something, like to ask
That
who's
might have
here.
been
I
it.
guess. I don't know. It's weird.
The Amish
Oh.
or German. What is Indiana? I feel like Indiana is probably like one of those weird.
In this area, largely German, it seems.
The origin of the
Hoosier.
name remains a matter of debate, but Hoosier in general was used by the 1840s, have been popularized by Richmond resident John Finley's poem "The Hoosier's Nest."
Nest? Ooh, that makes it sound gross.
Yeah.
Like rats.
The only
or
comparable
something.
term in the American experience is the only comparable term in American experience is Yankee. That started out as a synonym for New Englander. Civil War era Southerners applied it indiscriminately to all Northerners, and
So it's like
was used
Yankee
as the
only.
carrier's address. So Hoosier's Nest was used as the carrier's address of the Indianapolis Journal, January 1st, 1833. It was widely copied throughout the country and even abroad. The poet felt that it was sufficiently familiar to be understandable to his readers. So it's nothing. It's garbage.
It's a made-up word
It's a made-up word.
for Indianans, Indiananites.
No, not even. It's just general, and y'all clung to it because freaking.
You had nothing else. You got nothing going on.
What? This was a flyover state before they even had anything to fly over.
Mm-hmm. Here, three popular theories. When someone knocked on the door, the settler would respond, "Who's here?" Like, who's here, but with a Y instead of an H. So y'all can't talk, I guess.
So it's because of their shitty accent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that was a big theme of that book was how accents in different places, like, oh, these words, like, yeah, it's kind of like old, whatever, part of England they came from. They're like, oh yeah, Southern accent is actually very close to British accent if you think about it in just the right way.
That's a funny story or funny thing. When I was living up in Pennsylvania, I had a friend who her brother-in-law is British, and so like her sister would come and we'd all go like hang out for the weekend. I mean, her brother-in-law would get to like hanging out and talking, and I talk with a pretty strong Southern accent and use some Southern
Do you
slang.
really?
I don't know. Not my wife says that I have a fake podcast voice, that I don't sound like this in real life. It's not something that I consciously do, but
You're code switching son of a bitch.
yeah, pull the mic over in front of my face and turn the camera on, and I put on my radio voice.
I know how to speak that standard American English.
Yeah. So anyway, I have a pretty strong Southern accent, and he had a very strong British accent, and we would get to talking, and his wife and my friend, they would just sit there and stare at us like with their mouths open, like, "What are y'all saying? We don't understand anything that's coming out of your mouth." It's like we're having a perfectly like normal conversation. Like we understand everything, and y'all need to catch up. So I guess I can see it.
I'm terrible at like understanding, like sort of like TV with like British accents. You know what? It finally clicked for me. I tried to watch Peaky Blinders the other day. I made it like 15 minutes and I didn't get it. But anyhow, I'm like, subtitles. I turn on closed captioning, and I was like, oh my god, thank God for this. Like now I actually understand what the fuck they're saying. And now
now you're appropriating that from actual deaf people. So congratulations.
Dude,
now this is what the Zoomers do.
We keep we started subtitles just always on now in my house. Like it's great because I'm in the kitchen cooking. I don't, there's noise, there's a fan, there's the stove. I can never hear what they're saying. I can see it now. Everybody can enjoy the TV. And then TV in the bedroom, we can keep it turned way down and still understand what they're saying. So yeah, we're getting old. I might say we, I mean me and my wife. I don't know about you guys. You guys are too, but
apparently this is what all the kids do too. My son, he watches everything.
Oh yeah,
he watches everything with the closed captioning on.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
Clyde was saying that now that I think about it recently.
Yeah.
Your kids do that.
Yeah.
Are they deaf too? Or what's
no.
How do they do it?
No, they're autistic.
Oh, okay. Well that's why like on like Audible, the audiobooks, like you can get like a bundle for like an extra $2 and get like the ebook. And I guess because some people like to read and listen at the same time, helps them comprehend or whatever. So it could be an autism thing or something. I mean, I think pretty much anybody after the 80s Fauci vaccines, I think we're all a little touched.
I guess I do kind of get that. Like my learning style is if I read something, I'm more likely to retain it. Like anytime I've like an employee or something will come up and tell me something that they need me to remember, I'm like, you have to write that down and give it to me, because if you just tell me, as soon as you walk away, I forgot what you said. Like, but if you write it down and I actually read it, then I'll remember it. So I guess I get it. But then like with my son, I'm like, why are you have closed captioning on? You won't even read the stuff that you're supposed to for school. Like, I know you're not reading anything on the television screen.
Yeah, probably are. And there are some funny things, like if you've ever put the closed captioning on, like, certain scenes, the way it describes things happening.
Oh, hold on, dude! You brought something up that I've been meaning to bring up on here. Speaking of closed captionings, they're censoring what deaf people see, because I've seen a lot of like shows where it's like they'll cuss in the show and they don't write it out in the closed captioning. I've seen them change a couple things to be a little less offensive. Like hard speech or insults or whatever. They'll actually change what it says in the closed captioning. I'm like, that's fucked up, man. And deaf people don't even know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, because it's like
notice
a weird form of censoring, but not really.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's like with like with translations and stuff. Like they sometimes they change the translation to.
Are there not swear words in deaf culture?
Sometimes they'll type them, but sometimes they won't. It's weird.
I'm pretty sure there's one like universal swear word.
Yeah. Trey's like, what did I pop into? What's up, homo?
One the universal swear word. What is it?
The middle finger.
Oh yeah.
The California howdy, as it's known.
That's just around here. A lot of times that's just waving. Like.
Yeah, I worked with an old maintenance man. If he didn't walk in and flip everybody off and say "fuck y'all," you had to assume something was wrong or he wasn't feeling good. Like, Jerry, are you all right today? Like, he'd be all cranky.
Yep, that's what I aspire to be, a cranky old man.
I had a friend who that was his like life's aspiration was to be a senile nursing home patient.
Pinching butts. Yeah.
He's like,
You can get away with it.
he's like, when I get out of college, can I just go start doing that? It's like, well, I think they charge quite a bit to have you be there. I don't think they let you stay free, and you're probably not going to qualify for Medicaid
Any
or
assistance,
Medicare or
yeah.
whatever it is at that point. So you might need to put in at least a few years in the workforce.
You just go to Canada and apply for the maid or whatever it is. And,
His dreams cut short.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to live it for a little while.
He gets to live in the institution until he actually goes through with the main. So
His day comes.
It's like a weird death row.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who are mean, or maybe not, or who say off the wall things, or maybe not.
Hey, we're right here.
At a rapid pace, killing more of our teens than drugs and alcohol combined, is now. Sorry about that. Is now. You know why our teens are experiencing.
Fuck me right in the pussy.
Sorry.
These two.
Oh my goodness.
I just wonder why she thought she just all of a sudden she was joining in on
She heard the guy across the street yell it. She saw what he was yelling at, and she's like, "Ooh, this is my time to shine." And who knows? Maybe she was putting that out there as an advertisement. Weekend plans fell through. She was like, "Everybody in the tri-state area is going to see this. I'm definitely going to get some this week."
That was just an ad.
That
was advertisement for her OnlyFans.
Said fuck me right in the pussy. Yeah, what is isn't that like a Howard Stern thing? What was that? Wasn't that a
I think he had a bit.
No, it was some dude in like a hoodie and glasses that just said it on he had like a YouTube channel or something. It was basically just acting like degenerates, but that was like the catchphrase. I don't know. Look that up.
Oh, our hero.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
I don't think
Google that.
I don't think Google searching "fuck 'em right in the pussy" is gonna bring up.
No.
R.I.P. my Google search.
You're using your other computer that your wife's not going to find, right?
Maybe if I put it in quotations, though.
All of a sudden, your wife sees all these searches about what?
Wait,
all this?
I've never said that.
No.
Mercy.
Like you're texting her, and all of a sudden it autocorrects to that.
All right, here's the guy. I found putting it in quotations worked.
It's not very, very unusual.
The 3 victims were part of a CXS.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Oh my! And obviously, he was interfered with Laura Ingalls' live shot, grabbing her mic and running. We apologize for the profanity, which he also said on our air.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's interesting. This one was about train cars colliding, and the other one was about people in a wheelchair getting hit by a car.
A wheelchair. Like these are both like horrible
that's kinda
stories.
interesting, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, look, you can get fucker right in the pussy greeting cards. This is what I always wanted. I wonder if it actually says it like inside.
Does it talk when you open it? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the audio. You get it on a postcard. Get him on a sticker. I'm gonna send
Who
this
does
to my
that
mom
song?
for-
What's the frequency, Kenneth? Is it REM?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with like the story behind that song?
No, I hate
It was like it was another similar thing where there's like a news reporter doing a story and like some dude just comes in and starts like beating his ass and he's like screaming that like what's the frequency, Kenneth? I guess, and like I guess like the guy was crazy and thought that the news reporter was putting like what you call it, REM. I hope the story's accurate. He said he thought he was putting like subliminal messages in like the news, so that's why he was hitting him and screaming that. And I guess that's what the song's about or something.
There have been some great like live on-air things that have happened on the news. Like, remember the one where the it was like a heavier set black dude that is like just takes off running because he's getting attacked by a bee or something?
No. No. No.
There's been some other crazy on-air stuff that's happened live this week. Let's see.
Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks when you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and an entire amount of tropes, and also elevated her to some of the highest committee assignments in this body. This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single
Time has
apology
expired.
when my life was threatened. Thank you.
We need to ban theater kids. That was my conclusion of this.
What? Like, she's not even
She
good
didn't
at
get a
it.
single apology when her life was threatened. You know, when she was like 3 blocks away in a completely separate building.
Dan Rather. That's right. It was Dan Rather.
Oh,
Big name.
good. He needed it.
Good for
He needed
him.
it again.
He deserved it. His name isn't even Kenneth.
She,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she's a.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just so contrived and so like she wants to, you know, she got Warnock behind her or something, like telling her what to say, how to act. You know,
It's
giving
it's
them all
theater
lessons.
kids.
Like,
That's what it is. It's kids that they went through theater class. They
I
learned
thought she
how
was
to
an
act.
I thought she was an economist.
She did, but like, you know, these are theater kids. Like,
She did theater before that.
There's no other explanation. Like, because how do you get to this point unless you've been a theater kid to like act like that? You know, like it's kind of. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Unless you're just that good at acting. You're just like a natural born acting talent. Like
some people would argue that's really the skill of being a politician. You know, you're really just an actor.
Yeah.
You know,
Is she really that good of an actor, though? I mean,
look at old Trump. I mean, he's been an actor for like 30 years before he was president. You know, he was.
all right. So speaking of Trump, rate the speech. Who gave a better speech, AOC or Trump?
Dad, I left my laptop in a repair shop. Forgot to pick it up, and this repair guy went a little crazy when he saw what was on it. What's on it, son? Every crime that you've ever committed.
Dude, that's such a good Biden impression, man.
I just love that. Like, he's just there's no sanctity in any. Like, he just like brings it all. You know what I mean? Like, that just is like. I don't know, to have another politician like telling jokes like that, ripping on another politician, like it's just that's I appreciate that, you know.
Yeah, they always seem to have
it humanizes him a little bit. Like it makes him seem like a little bit normal, like because like he's trash talking. Like he's not doing it in the well. My colleague isn't quite the you know dapper chap, you know, whatever. Like he's not talking like in this highbrow like language. He's saying like you know he's talking normal on our level. Like
yeah. It's I don't know, man. They didn't know it matters. It doesn't matter.
Thought I had another. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Here's another person saying dumb shit. We're just gonna run through clips of people talking today.
Well, Reverend Al, you don't understand. How are they going to keep crime down in the black community and at the same time not be tough and rough? Well, they do it the same way they do it on the white side of Memphis, and they keep the crime down without being rough and tough. How do you have the same department that can keep crime down on one side of town without beating folk to death, but you can't do it on the other side of town? unless you feel that you can get away with it there. I can't speak for everybody in Memphis. I can't speak for everybody gathering. But for me, I believe that that man had been white, you wouldn't have beat him like that night.
I find it hard to believe that 5 black police officers would not have beat a white man in the same way. I may be wrong.
Oh, did you
I mean,
see that?
if you watch
is it
Fight
true?
Haven, there are a lot of videos that seem to indicate that he might be wrong on that. I'm just saying.
So was it rumor or was it true that he had like slept with one of the cop's wife or something like that? Was that a fake rumor going around? Or was
It's definitely a rumor. I don't know that it's been confirmed.
like that was part of the like the idea is like like the reason that they got him is because like they were able to catch him with something and then the guy recognized him.
I didn't hear that.
That's why I said it's rumor, but I don't know if it's true at all. But it would make sense.
There's so much to what he was saying. Like, you know, like I don't. This is not defense of the cops at all. But like, there's a lot more to it than just like color of skin. I mean, you know, there's a lot more to just like, you know, keeping crime down. It's not how you, you know, like there's so much to this, and he just, I don't know, throws it all out.
Well, there may be so much more to this, but there's definitely a lot less of Al Sharpton these days. Can we just talk about this? Like, what happened to Al? He's wasting away to nothing.
Fucking
he's trying
the devil slowly taking his soul.
He's doing paleo.
Well, you got like so like he's just totally like a hustler, right? Like this is why people like Al Sharpton and all them like always like upset me because people so like white like my white conservative uncles like they base like their view of like all black people on like Al Sharpton because that's always well this Al Sharpton and I'm like Al Sharpton is like he does this shit for money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, it's not a way to base like black people, what black people actually think, you know? So I don't know if we talked about this on here, but I guess it actually like came officially to like light recently, although it shouldn't surprise anybody that like, what was it like Coca-Cola, like paid Al Sharpton to like call the people who were opposing allowing people to buy soda with food stamps like racists, like so like he like whenever like he does this and like it's like he's like paid by somebody to like go and attack, you know, people with different political.
Wait,
like,
what happened?
Okay, so Coca-Cola. So there was a law thing in like Congress years back that would determine whether or not you could use food stamps to buy soda. Okay, which you can, that it passed or whatever. But Coca-Cola paid Al Sharpton and the NAACP and all these, you know, hustlers to like anybody who was like opposed to that, who was like, no, you can't buy sugar or you can't buy soda with food stamps, to call them racist. So you know, not even for that, but
so that way they can basically be subsidized by people who are on welfare, you know, using their welfare checks or their, you know, EBT or whatever card to go get some more soda.
Yes,
I mean, keep prop them up. So
yeah, so when they're saying like oh yeah, that's it disproportionately, you know, poor people, and so it, you know, hurts the blacks more and this and that, you know, this guy saying it, it's like whoever like wants that thing to pass like paid them to say that shit. It's and like when I like heard that some dude, I think he worked for Pepsi or something or Coke or whatever, came out about it, and I was like, oh, why should I even be like at all surprised? Like, why didn't I just know that's what was going on? You know, that's always what it is. Everything's fucking bullshit.
Haven't they changed the I guess like the regulate or the restrictions on like the EBT and food stamps and stuff so that people can't buy that stuff? I thought that had been getting kicked around at one point. But
yeah, and I think it varies.
I think it's state by state. Yeah. I think it's dependent on the state. I believe that Alabama stopped doing it, but I'm not sure.
I straight up saw a clerk at a Circle K like yelling, like, because some kid was buying candy with food stamps, and she's like, "You shouldn't be able to buy that." With like yelling at, like, she was very adamant that you should be able to buy junk food with food stamps, which I don't disagree, you know, but it was just funny to see that like the kid's like, what?
I remember that in like high school though, working at the grocery store and seeing people like come through with food stamps, and it's like, man, what are you like? Obviously, like they're not dressed. That if they sold their jacket, they could buy food for a couple weeks. You know, like it's like really nice. You know, and like buying like good stuff.
Or they've got like
on food
iPhones
stamps.
and all
Wait a
this.
minute. Yeah, right?
Niall,
Like,
Niall, it's way more racist to assume that they're buying menthol cigarettes and pork rinds. Which I've
You can buy
seen.
cigarettes with food stamps now? Shit, I gotta get on that.
Go to the right gas station.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you might have to pay $10 worth of food stamps for a $7 pack of cigarettes, but they'll get them to you.
That's right. No change. But
We were in, I lived in one of the seedier areas that I've lived in. I remember some older lady came up to me in the aisle in her like jazzy scooter thing, you know, like the Mark cart, and she asked me if I wanted to buy her food stamps from her, like cash. Like she needed money to buy booze and cigarettes or whatever she couldn't buy, and offered to trade food stamps for him. I was like, no. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
whatever.
Okay.
You get a good return on your investment on that.
I know, but I'd never done it before, and it seemed super sketchy. And I was just like, I don't know. I'm just gonna go about my way.
Niall knows.
Dude, I was telling you guys the other day on Wednesday, or I was trying to in the typing, and you guys were struggling to figure out what they're doing with these wings that they were stealing. I'm like, they're selling them. Niall, I hope I'm not blowing up your spot here, but he used to buy stolen meat, or I'm sorry, meat that fell off the back of a truck out of some black guy's pants, who hangs out outside the grocery store.
Pre-seasoned.
So pre-season, it's got that Cajun seasoning, Creole. Sorry, I always get those confused. Oh shit! But yeah, man, I do that. It's got to be a meat hustle, you know. Probably selling the full cases of wings, half price, you know. Yeah.
I mean,
That's a.
I mean, you
whole
undercut
thing.
you undercut all the businesses there. So,
Well, this lady who's stealing the wings or purchasing the wings through the school, whatever it was, food service, and then selling them, she's out there undercutting the pants meat guy. He's getting upset. Like, I actually got to go in a fucking Walmart and shove steaks down my pants and not get caught, and you're just here getting the shit delivered. Like, come on. It is a better business model. I'll give her that.
Well, speaking of the
maybe it was able to buy her bail.
Speaking of the pants meat.
Kroger's got the anti-shoplifting.
That's like, see,
on the meat.
knowing
Is this a
Alabama,
gas
like
station
this,
near you? Or?
I mean, it's possible. There was one that's pretty sketchy near me. So
I
It's
love
always
the wording
Shell
of this
station.
headline.
It's always a Shell station. Is that are I don't know about you guys, like Shell stations or like they give off like a vibe. Like every other gas station is fine, but like Shell specifically, I always get like the weirdest vibe, and the weirdest people go there.
There's Trey's house right there in the background.
With the tarp on the roof.
Trey's pissing out a siphon
The
right now.
shocked customer at an Alabama gas
That's
station
only in
found a
rainy
human
season.
penis
I'll
in the
let
parking
it
lot.
off, whatever.
Dismembered human penis.
It's John Bobbitt right there.
Yeah, odd thing.
However, the Mobile Police Department told the outlet that the shocking discovery was not being investigated as an assault or a murder. Dude just accidentally chopped his dong off and was like, "It's just too embarrassing. I'm just
How?
gonna leave it."
Look, the
the
van from the sex change clinic gets gas here. One probably just fell out when they were getting out to pump gas. They probably accidentally kicked a spare penis out of the van. You know, didn't even know it was there.
No, there was actually a carjacking at a Shell like a few weeks ago, like a month ago maybe. They tried to
dog shutting the door or something. Like what?
It gets worse. The force told the Daily Caller that the working assumption is that the horrid find was likely tied to a deadly crash of a motorcyclist that same morning. Like they get this poor motorcyclist to the morgue, and the mortician's like, "This dude's missing his penis." They're like, "Just do it anyway. Like nobody's gonna look. We're gonna bury him. It doesn't matter."
So it is. Well, that's not uncommon. Like I heard, they one of the first like penises they reconstructed out of like somebody's like arm muscle was a motorcyclist who lost his what have you in a
Makes sense.
motorcycle
You
accident.
just got all the power right there between your legs. So if you do have a wreck, that's
Well, I
probably
mean, you're straddling that thing. You hit anything going more than 4 miles an hour. I mean, what's taking the brunt of that
where
force?
all the impact is going to go. Like not even getting ripped off. Like it's just getting blown straight off. Just the sheer force of impact just sends it flying. That's why I was in the parking lot.
Detachable penis. You guys ever heard that song?
Yes.
No. When they have
it's great,
a
man.
funeral and it's like a half casket, it's like not full open, but it's just like the upper part. Like, do they put pants on the people?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they're buried in a full suit.
Oh, okay. I just thought, it'd be like cheaper. Just
do the suits go all the way around the back, or do they just, you know what I mean? Like, is there a back to them?
Yeah.
Like, do they actually have to dress the motherfucker, or can they just?
Yes.
Pretty sure they put you in like a suit that you owned.
How though? That's difficult, man.
Hey man, that's why they make the big bucks.
Yeah. I remember when
or some people buy a suit for whenever they like they have the suit and they have the casket. Oh, God.
I want just my junk hanging out.
Yeah, no pants, top closed, bottom open. I want everybody to get one more look at this hog before I put it
You know
down.
what you're gonna miss.
Like all his
For
exes
everybody
will,
that
will
knows.
miss that. Like see what they missed out.
Damn, Grandpa.
Just have a little sign. Just have a little sign next to the casket that says, "I told you should have banged me in college."
And it's one last flex on all the dudes too. Like, you wish.
Speaking of banging folks, the question is, would you?
The question is, how many drinks?
First Victoria's Secret's
board?
model with Down syndrome is
sliver.
Latina.
Where's the image? Oh, you gotta see the image.
She doesn't look that downsy.
Does it? Clyde's like wood.
I mean, like I said, what's the lighting situation and the drink situation? Just looks like the rest of
It's like a it's a spectrum, right? I mean, like
That's what I hear. Me and Niall talk about this a lot. The butterface, and there's really something to a butterface. So if this is the problem, I'm cool with it.
She looks high functioning, like Down syndrome. Like
What's
the opposite of a butterface though? Like what's the opposite of that? I mean,
where they
obviously
have a horrible body.
Oh, hang on, there's a video.
Being a fat chick. That's most of them have pretty face, pretty eyes, nice hair. The story of a fat girl.
I'm going through names and I cannot say them. I would call her Cheetah, my best friend. I might name it after myself because it feels really part of my body. Miss Nasty.
Valentina. That one's not okay.
Cloud, like lifted cloud. That's what I'll
Are
go
all
with.
those girls? They all have Down syndrome?
The ultimate comfort bra.
I love it. Victoria's Secret, I love it.
Is that her at the end?
Yes, that was her at the end.
She sounds Russian or Finnish or something.
Latina.
It's hard to tell that she
Latinx.
sounds downsy because of the accent. So maybe it's a good.
You can't even tell.
I don't know. She's from fucking Ecuador or some shit.
If you learn to speak Spanish, you might notice. But just her speaking English, it just sounds like she has a broken English accent, or speaks broken English with a Hispanic accent, Latin accent. Where's Carlos when I need him to tell me what kind of an accent that
is? So do you, legitimate question?
Having kids.
Does she like I don't think she got that position just because she has like Down syndrome, right? Like
really?
I mean,
you don't think she was a diversity hire?
No, well, that's the thing though, right? That's one of those where it's fairly like, well, okay, I could see why she's not just a diversity hire, right? But then you go over to Finland and watch that like trans figure skater, and it's like, no, dude definitely got this because
that. You watch that on the show?
Like, huh?
Do you guys watch that on the show? I've just heard about that. The trans figure skater. I mean,
I don't
I
recall
wasn't
having
here.
watched that.
I haven't.
You haven't
I haven't
seen it?
seen it, but I'd heard about it. I heard that they're not very
That's pretty
talented.
bad.
They're
No.
like 57. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I hope I didn't cut off your point, Clyde. Maybe this is the point you're
No,
making.
no,
Is that
no.
like,
That was it.
in that instance, it's like, okay, if you want to have the first whatever, of whatever, like they at least have to be good. Like bring out a 57-year-old like who's been skating for a few years to like show us like, oh, look at how good trans people can skate or something. Like that's not really a good marketing strategy, if anything else, and like saying this. So if she can actually model or whatever, then like great, but yeah, to have like some ugly chick just because she's Downsy, that's not right.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. She she's fairly attractive enough. Like she's well endowed enough. Like, and okay, sure. This figure skater is just like, oh my gosh, like what? I was reading some of the comments, was like, well, what's the problem? But just give this person a chance, and it's like, man, I want to be like an NFL quarterback. Are you gonna put me in a game just because like?
Falling on the ice can be rough on a new vagina.
Very, very labored.
I've been ice skating twice, and I think I can pull all of that off.
I don't like.
I'm more impressed with the 57-year-old part than the trans part.
Apparently, all I need to do is I don't even have to grow my hair out or shave my beard. All I have to do is identify that way and say that I don't conform to their beauty standards, and then I can go do exactly that in the Olympics.
Michael Malice models undies.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I'm assuming the
sheath underwear.
Sheath underwear.
Yeah.
Do he and Blair White do like modeling together? Like they both show off their sheath underwear.
Are they a thing?
It's a joke.
No, well, because wasn't he like dating somebody like that? I don't know.
CD is transphobic. She says she does not want to see me put on a dress and figure skate. And
she already has, hasn't she?
I'm hurt.
Get with the time, CD.
Look, it's gonna elevate his platform, okay? Like he's trying to move up in the world. That's the easiest way to do it. Is you can Dylan Mulvaney your way to the top.
That's right. Michael Malice is trying to capture the grinder crowd.
Well, he just upgraded from Gas Digital to Adam Carolla's podcast network. I think he just went to a different network, so he's upgrading. Once you get like 3 books under your belt, you got to get off of Gas Digital. I think that's a rule.
Well, I mean, he saw Tower Power Gang. He's got signed. He's like, I gotta go.
Did they
wait?
Really?
What?
Did they actually? Is that for real, or is that a joke?
They're acting serious about it, but I don't know if it's. I can't tell if it's like a gag.
I mean, they did get to go on Tim Pool, so.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I hate them all.
It's so weird.
It's mainly because of Clint, though.
I was like Clint.
Yeah, that makes
Clint
sense.
and Top Lobster went on, and then Jose and
who's the other one? The truck driver, right?
Or maybe Jose and Reed. I can't remember.
Reed, yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, but all of them are going on. They've got different appearances. I was thinking about this. If you got invited, if we as if the morning after got invited to go on Tim Pool, would we do it?
No.
I don't know why.
You don't trust your wife to take care of the goats and chickens. That's why you wouldn't go.
No, I wouldn't do it. No. That's too much.
Why?
Too much publicity.
Jesus. That is it's funny because it's like, yeah, like I've recorded like, hundreds.
I mean, it would be cool to be in front of like that
like
many
big
people.
Ones. I'd be so terrified to go on.
Like it would be cool to be in front of that many people, but like Tim, I'm not a fan of Tim, so that'd be kind of like oh, I gotta deal with this guy. Like,
what is it like? I've never seen a Tim Pool. He's kind of like lefty-ish, right? But like
he's like the milk toast like fence sitter.
Oh, okay.
But he acts like he's a right wing person or whatever. He's like, oh yeah, like he's like, oh, maybe universal healthcare wouldn't be so bad. But like, I don't know. But then also, the cops aren't terrible, but they should do better. I don't know. He's all over the place. He doesn't know which side he wants to play to, so he just kind of plays everything, the whole game.
Oh, so he's undecided. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just I mean, I'm comfortable here, There's too many eyeballs. I'd have to pull a mark and just
tag your fake Facebook profile on stuff.
No, I don't.
Fake Facebook. wait, people have fake Facebook profiles.
I changed my name when we adopted our kids. Didn't need
legally. He legally changed his names. He didn't want the adoptive parents finding him.
I just didn't want my adopted kids.
Adopted, kidnapped, whatever.
I changed my name, and all the kids left their name the same.
As soon as I adopted my kids, we dyed our hair, got new clothes,
fled the state, and we're good.
Yeah, it's not all coincidence.
Let's see.
I've met Jose a few times. He's very nice. I'm not
like
talking
Jose
shit about those dudes.
Have you met his brother
or anything? What's that?
Have you met his brother?
No.
Hoseby.
You steal my firefighter joke.
Sorry, I every time I have a friend, his son is named Jose, and I just every time I'm like.
Speaking of bad jokes,
he'd probably get a chuckle out of it, but I'm like, man, this is.
Speaking of bad jokes using names.
Yeah, there it is.
Now, also on the plane crash, KTVU has just learned the names of the 4 pilots who are on board the flight. They are.
How did this happen?
Sung Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo, Ho Lee Fook, and Bang Ding. These are the names of the pilots on board Flight 214 when it crashed. We are working to determine exactly what roles each of them played during the landing on.
That can't be real. I don't believe it.
Something wrong. Oh, it's like he's the captain too, so it's Captain something wrong.
When she got the holy fuck, you would have thought like something would have clicked there. Like, hang on.
That's what they do. They're just doing their job. Just read. Yeah, right. Just read anything in front of them.
It'd be funny, like if they actually did come to the realization, though. Was going on. Wait a second.
Wait a minute. And then what would be extra funny is if they realize it halfway through, call it out, and then it turns out they were their actual names the whole time. Then you're like triple racist, Nobody's named Holy Fuck. Come on, guys. No, that's right. It's a fucking name.
Probably some teenager there at the working, for their student credit hour there or whatever. What do they call it? Internship. Just dicking around, and then they realize like, oh no, they're gonna use it. They actually pulled it up.
Oh man, if you're ever gonna quit a TV station,
it's one way to do it.
Anchorman style.
Oh shit.
Wasn't there a guy that did that?
I believe so. I can't remember what exactly happened.
Like a weatherman or something that just went
like
ballistic.
There wasn't there?
Yeah.
There's this episode of The Simpsons where Lisa is like on the news or whatever, and she goes off script to go on some rant, and the producer guy's like, "I'll cut her mic," and some other producer's like, "No, let her talk," like, oh no, let her. I want to hear what she has to say, but he goes, "I'm trying to get fired." So fucking good. I know it's hilarious when I describe cartoon scenes to you guys, but Steven will get it. Where you at, Steven? Come on. I'm counting on you here. Oh well.
Let's see. Is this it? Maybe. We'll find out.
It's nice this morning. Your participation. I can't do this. Your participation activity today is swinging.
What?
Acceptable back when Hal and Joanne were kind of the face of participation.
What is he saying?
Go to the dollar store and get a fishbowl. Swinging at a playground.
Wasn't a fishbowl reference.
What is he doing?
I know what you're talking about. Unfortunately.
So either way, you get your activity in for the day, I guess.
Yeah, that's why
There's
I can be on live
that.
TV.
Good cardio.
Because that would happen.
Some of the best, they say. Some of the best, they say.
This is why we do this show live, so we capture all of those moments, and they get to live on the internet forever.
Check the
From
one that
Calgary. Was it because he's Canadian, you think?
Maybe. Probably. He was very polite about the whole thing, so he had to be Canadian.
Hilarious. Awesome. I like the one
Did
where
you understand what he was saying? I didn't. That was like totally lost on me.
He said
I have no idea.
He said your like participation for the day is swinging. I guess like they have some to go out and be active. And he said, something. He was making a reference to the
anchors
posts being the anchors being swingers. And then he realized they meant like sitting on a swing and swinging, not.
Yeah.
And then
he was floored that would be the activity of the day. That's why he was acting so weird. He's like, what do I do with this? You get the fishbowl, you do the. And
I got it now. I didn't hear what he said, man.
Yeah. He was like, I can't. What am I supposed to do with this? He was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You get a pineapple, you put it on your front porch. Maybe your neighbors see something.
Well, speaking of some swingers, I would assume that based on the answer to this question or the question that was asked, these are some swingers.
What?
Almonds?
Mm-mm.
How would you describe it?
I wouldn't have said almonds.
Oh,
it's the bog.
Dear. So did you swallow? Did you? Or did you spit it out? I swallowed the worm. I'm impressed that you swallowed. I really am. Is there anything else you'd like to say about that story that I worked very hard on for many hours? What I would like to say.
Oh my God.
I worship
Timmy,
you.
it's all right. All I want to say is very interesting to note that none of you were available for that shoot that day.
I think I had to pick up the kids from school.
Yeah, Kyle was washing his hair.
Yeah, he was washing his hair. And Timmy, I can't even vouch for where he was. But
anyway, what about the NRL launching tonight, Timmy? South Sydney, Brisbane should be a huge game. Brisbane will take that one out, yeah?
I think you said all in on no Sam Burgess tonight, of course.
Did you swallow?
I could watch on-air fuck-ups all day. This is great.
Yeah, like
I like how she leaned in.
The girl that said it knew. Like she had to know. Like she keeps going. She had to know. She can't be that.
She definitely took it in stride. She's like, "Did you swallow, or did you spit it out?" Like she was real like paced with her delivery and everything. Like that was 100% deliberate.
Well, I don't know, man.
Trying to find one of my favorites. I don't know if it's long enough.
Sorry. Here we go.
You make me feel like I need to watch more TV.
At least you should watch more local news.
Yeah, probably not.
Here in Florida, we have to admit we've been spoiled by our lack of a true winter. And looks like the cold temperatures in other parts of the country have finally caused the Michigan meteorologist to crack.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Lie to you? I'll put 70 every day next time. God.
Thank you for your opinion.
Man, thank you. Mr. Davis appreciates it. He knows when to bundle up.
Yep.
Here's some wind. Here's some temperature, 20s. Feels like 19 or feels like 70. I don't know. 47, partly cloudy. Southwest breeze 10 to 15. Here's a 60. I don't know if that's good enough for you guys. Get excited. Maybe I'll disappoint you with the 7-day here in a few minutes.
Wow. Attitude. Gary Frank says he was sick of everything and groaning every time he forecast more cold weather. And much like we do traffic and weather together here, the traffic reporter came out right after asking, is he done? That was terrifying.
I put another one in there. In the comments.
This is just gonna be a clip show today. Oh, this is one of my favorite. You know why this is one of my favorites?
Did you have a pig named that?
No, because this is my local news station.
Oh, get out!
That looks like Thomas Massey.
Crispy bacon. Yes,
it kind of looks like Trey.
That is inspiring others. One pot-bellied pig has certainly endured his share of problems. Crispy Bacon was born without the use of his You have to read this story.
The funnier part is that he has.
Oh my god!
The really funny thing about this is the way that I'm sure all local news stations do it, but this was one of the weekend guys. Like they have like the main like morning show people during the Monday through Friday, and the main evening show people Monday through Friday. But this was when like the weekends are always when crazy shit happens because they have like the B team on the weekends. And, like this was one of the weekend shows. Poor guy just lost his shit.
Our weekend weather guy.
How can you keep straight face? You gonna say something, Dad?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to go. Our weekend guy, our weekend weather guy is he's like, I think he must be half black and half Asian. His last name's Sadiku, but he looks like a black dude. But he just looks stoned as fuck all the time, which might be the Japanese in him, or he kind of sounds stoned as fuck too. So we're not. That's our joke thing. But yeah, he's our goofy weekend. You know, they move him on to like the anchor desk during the weekend. You know what I mean? Like he gets to step it up a notch.
That's my life's goal, is to be like a weekend anchor, like do the morning show on Saturday and Sunday at the local news station. I think I would bring a real flavor to the local news that just doesn't exist, because I'm not shaving or anything. Like we're doing it like this.
Local news is the best news. You don't get any actual news from it. You know, you might get some important stuff going on in your area. You know, oh, hey, the fair's this weekend. But, you know, like, or the Gasparilla in my
like
case,
we're finally getting a bridge, like apparently like a new bridge. So everybody's excited about that. It's like, oh, we're getting a new bridge because now we can actually have 2-lane traffic crossing the bridge instead of 1 lane. So.
Nice. Oof. The crick. Get over the crick.
Get over the
general store.
Have y'all ever been on the local news?
No.
I was on the local news when Trent Dilfer signed an autograph for me in like 93 or whenever that was. Yeah, at the airport. Who? Trent Dilfer. He played for the Bucks. We were taking my mom to the airport because she was going somewhere on business, and she was leaving on the same plane he arrived to town on when he came to play for the Bucks. And so I happened to be there. I got his autograph, and it was, 4 seconds to me on the news.
Cool.
Yeah. It was great.
I got on once. It was when I was coaching baseball, and the county clerk had been embezzling money. And I actually knew a lot about it. And like they just were like stopping people at the gas station, asking them questions, and they're like, "What do you think about the clerk?" I was like, "I'm the baseball coach out here at the high school. Like the corruption in this county is insane. Like that's money that's actually supposed to go towards the athletic programs within the county at the schools, but instead it's all been just disappearing." Well, so the only part of that gets played on the air was me sounding like a complete redneck going, "The corruption in this county is insane." That's it. That's all they got on the news. Like,
oh my God.
Thanks guys. Great representation.
This county corrupt.
Thank y'all for making me sound like a complete retard.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.